This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Stacy Jensen. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25. It's Friday here on KPVM TV and 8th Country Radio. We are so happy you could join us. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Stacy Jensen.
All right, well, Nye County Sheriff's Office and Las Vegas Metro were able to capture a suspect today wanted for a Las Vegas homicide. Las Vegas Metro, along with the Nye County Sheriff's Office and SWAT team, collaborated in apprehending a murder suspect out of Las Vegas today. Units responded to an address on Lola Lane and White Street this afternoon. They detained several suspects at this one location. We spoke to Captain David Borokowitz with the Nye County Sheriff's Office shortly after they captured their suspect on Lupin Street here in Pahrump.
So we executed a search warrant, a high-risk search warrant at Lola and White for a homicide suspect out of Las Vegas. We were assisted by our SWAT team as well as Las Vegas Metro. They also had the helicopter out here. While on scene there, we were able to gain information that he had relocated to an address over here on Lupin. We responded here. Did a little bit of announcing. He didn't come out, and then once the SWAT team pulled up and made a final announcement, he came out and surrendered peacefully, and he's been turned over to the Las Vegas Metro Police detectives. None of them are under arrest. They were all detained pursuant to officer safety protocols on the warrant. None of them had any reason to be arrested. They've all been released there, and we're in the process of releasing them here on Lupin. We don't want them calling and tipping people off or arranging for somebody else to come ambush us or anything of that nature. So for safety, we just detain everybody, and then once we make sure everything's secure, then we let them go and they go about their business. He likely will be booked in our jail, and then we'll have a little bit more information at that point. Yeah, at this point in time, we have nobody else that's being arrested.
Las Vegas Metro received information that the suspect had moved over to the address on Lupin Street. No other individuals were arrested at this time. That person has been transported over to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center for processing and will be subsequently transported to Las Vegas Metro to be booked.
And the National Park Service workers are busy clearing roads today after two recent events from rain wreaked havoc on Death Valley's National Park's roads this week. Crews had already cleared many roads after a historic flood 2 weeks ago heavily damaged them, but small storms on August 16th and August 18th caused debris flows on roads set to reopen tomorrow. Some of the park's most popular sites are still gearing up to welcome visitors tomorrow, but park officials warn that the first 17 miles of Badwater Road, that's including all of Badwater Basin, and Dante's View may still be closed. Sites that require access from Badwater Road include Golden Canyon, Artist Drive, Devil's Golf Course, and Natural Bridge. Park officials say the situation is fluid and previously cleared roads can become obstructed overnight. Visitors are urged to remain patient and flexible due to the park's erratic weather patterns. Monsoon season is expected to continue for another couple of weeks. The following sites will be open on Saturday: Furnace Creek Visitor Center, the Zabriskie Point, Mesquite Sand Dunes, 20 Mule Canyon, Harmony Borax Works, and State Route 190. Park officials recommend that visitors stay tuned to alerts on the park website. They can also call Furnace Creek Visitor Center at 760-786-3200. Visitors will be able to access the park via State Route 190 and Panamint Valley Road. All other paved roads, Badwater Road from California 178, all access via Nevada 374, Beatty Cutoff, and Daylight Pass, as well as the North Highway Scotty's Castle, will remain closed for repairs.
And a court date has been set for the murder that occurred in August of last year in Cathedral Canyon near Frontsight Firearms Training Institute. District Court Judge Kim Wonker has set a trial date for the three murder suspects accused of the torture and murder of 27-year-old Roy Jaggers in Cathedral Canyon on August 1st of 2021. The suspects and several attorneys attended today's hearing. Attorney Judd, who is new to the case, said he needs a few months to get up to speed. Wonker was unhappy this morning about how the district attorney's office is running and how she says the paperwork once again is not done correctly. Several attorneys did not show up for court hearings. Attorney Andrew Coates was said not to have been attending because he had not received a check from the county. Judge Wonker voiced her opinion. She also said that she has asked the county to attend the hearings to hear what the issues are happening inside the courtroom.
I've got some problems with some of the guilty plea agreements because last time we had a big discussion by the DA's office where if they could plead guilty but they couldn't plead no contest or nolo contendere, and we're going to take that issue up to the Supreme Court.
Coates, I heard that he's not coming from right now. Nye County's failed to pay him for his new contract. He's been working for free. He's very upset.
He called my staff and complained that he hadn't been paid. I have nothing to do with, I'm the district court, I'm the state court system, and I have nothing to do with his payment. You know, quite frankly, that's a breach of contract. He needs to be here, whether he's getting, you know, it's like this. Until the court allows you to withdraw from a case, you're expected to be here. And that says volumes to me about Mr. Coates. I'm not getting paid, therefore I'm not going to show up. I mean, come on.
Mr. George is referring to me that apparently he resolved it and that kind of cut a check, so maybe he should be here. Regardless, on top of your argument, he has no argument. He got his check, Judge.
Hey, is there anybody here from Nye County? I've asked Nye County to come and observe the public defenders because they vote on them, and maybe if they were here and they...
It's a crisis.
Brad Main, Kevin Dent, and Heather Pate are accused of killing Jaggers after they allegedly tortured him for hours with a blowtorch, axe, knives, a baton, and other implements before he was forced to strip down naked and walk off a cliff in Cathedral Canyon south of Pahrump before shooting him to death. At the end of today's court hearing, the judge and their attorneys decided on May 1st of 2023 for a court date set for 2 weeks for a trial. Former Chief Deputy District Attorney Kirk Vito is no longer on the case as he currently took his seat as Justice of the Peace here in Pahrump's Justice Court. Attorney Jason Ernest added in court today that this case may go quicker than Vito's originally scheduled 4 weeks because Vito would have brought more witnesses forward and the trial would have been much longer. Attorney Tom Gibson is attempting to have Nye County Sheriff's Office Captain David Brookwitz deemed a Brady cop and unable to testify in court. Gibson asked the judge if he could present the evidence at that time in May to the court, and she agreed that she would hear it. Captain Brookwitz was at the scene of this murder investigation. Wonker agreed to hear that motion on May 1st. More news right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
And welcome back. As more and more people contract COVID-19, new long hauler symptoms are continuing to be reported. But two of the most common seem to be fatigue and breathlessness.
Some systematic reviews and studies have shown this to be more common in older patients. In our practice, we are seeing it more common in younger patients. It's more common in females compared to males. It's also more common in patients who have other comorbidities and patients who have been having significant disease.
Dr. Michael Gabriel is a pulmonologist for Cleveland Clinic. He says when it comes to treating these kinds of long hauler symptoms, they have to focus on each issue individually. In addition, every person's treatment plan is going to be different. However, in some cases, they may require certain exercises or therapy. So can these symptoms be cured? Dr. Gabriel says it depends on how severe they are. Studies have shown a person can have persistence of symptoms beyond 12 months. That's not to say they won't see any kind of improvement, but it usually is not immediate.
Their improvement in their symptoms is not on a day-to-day basis. It's more on a week-to-week, month-to-month that they are noticing that they are better this week compared to last week, as compared to other disease process when you feel, oh, I'm better today compared to yesterday. With long COVID, improvement takes a little bit longer time.
And Dr. Gabriel says if you notice you are experiencing these kinds of long hauler symptoms, it's important to consult with a specialist. They can help you devise a treatment plan.
And Nye County Commissioner Leo Blundo would like to see the county sell Lakeview Executive Golf Course. Tuesday, commissioners discussed the idea and heard from the public. While they didn't make a decision, the board has agreed to order an appraisal of the property and take another look at the proposal in November.
Nye County purchased Lakeview Executive Golf Course in 2019 for $350,000. Since then, the county has spent $400,000 to $485,000 a year to run it. Course Co. is under contract with Nye County to operate the golf course, but Blundo argues that despite efforts to improve operating margins, the Lakeview Executive Golf Course is still operating at a loss.
We have a little bit of a situation here. So I've watched, and you know, Commissioner Strickland, I've been very big advocate of the golf course and trying to do what we can over there, but now here we are. We got a lot of liabilities, and I feel like it's just taken forever to try to even wrap these things up. Most importantly, we're still at a deficit.
Blundo went on to explain that given the current market conditions, he believes now is the right time to sell.
If anything's going to happen, I think now is the only opportunity to even remotely look that way. And I get it, those constituents in that area are going to be very upset. I want to see it continue to be a golf course, and I think that's an option. But as a private venue, as a private venture, I think people in the industry, somebody's going to come in, swoop it up, and be able to execute much better than we can.
We just had this on the agenda not too long ago, where we approved rate increases. We're not giving them a chance to push that.
We gave this group, this management group, an opportunity. We had them here last month. I think it was last month, 3 meetings ago, and voted and gave them an opportunity to prove themselves. And I feel that this may be a little premature. I understand the market. We did hear public comment. We heard from the local community, the neighbors of the golf course that absolutely enjoy their healthy living environment. It's not a bad idea, but I don't think it's the right time. It's only been a month.
I understand that, but this is going to be a process, and it'll take some time to do that. So I think at that point, you can make a determination. We would have to go through a process to even entertain selling it. So what we're asking for today is to be able to move in that direction, and let's look at our options.
Before we go ahead and make the final death blow to this thing, I think we owe it to the people that are on the golf course to see if there's any other options that they want to look at. I mean, there's a committee that they have that's working this as well. So it'd be nice to hear that.
In the end, commissioners opted to table the proposed sale of Lakeview Executive Golf Course for now, but they did direct staff to get the property appraised. They also indicated they will add a deed restriction to the property, helping to ensure that, if sold, the golf course would remain a golf course.
We'll be back with more local News 25 right after this.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
And welcome back. Several puppies are still available at Never Forgotten Animal Society. The group who took in 60 Chihuahuas desperately needs the space, and these little guys need a loving home.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Never Forgotten Animal Society, and today we are joined with 11-week-old Husky Lab puppies. They are very rambunctious, a lot of high energy. They will need to be trained because they are still very small, as you can tell, and don't know what boundaries are. They're super duper cute. There's still 4 left. They're at Never forgotten Animal Society, located on E Street behind Wells Fargo. You can give them a call at 775-537-8674. You can go onto their Facebook page, which is Never Forgotten Pahrump, or you can go onto their website at neverforgottenanimalsociety.org.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That rain and thunderstorm in the middle of the night.
Oh, I loved it though, and it smelled like rain this morning. It was wonderful. We'll have a full weather update with you with John in just a moment.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Great to see you on a Friday. Hooray, we made it through the whole week and heading on to the weekend. This is a great weather map to show to you. Look at this, 93 degrees in Fernie, Fallon, and Carson City. Yes, they are weather triplets. Never happens. Tonopah at 86 is our cool spot. Not too bad. Out in Goldfield, it's 89 as we drift south. Beatty sweating it at 100 degrees. Amargosa is 104 with the Hot Spot Award today. And Las Vegas feeling pretty great at 99. 114 out in Death Valley. Hard to explain how those people stay there. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, it's 100 degrees. That's our current temperature. It was a little bit hotter even earlier. 102 degrees was our high. Winds out of the west, 8 miles per hour. Felt good this morning when the sun rose at 6:05 a.m. to take on the day, and it's done taking on the day. This evening at about 7:28, 7:29 maybe. Yeah, 7:28. Look at me go. Low tonight, 79 degrees. That will feel pretty great. Humidity at 28%. Yeah, we still got a little bit of that swamp in there as we approach the weekend. But what do we see? Oh, clear skies. 3 days of beautiful sunshine, 100 degrees to 104, kind of varying in there for the next 4 days. Clouds returning Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to see some rain event. Faux show on Wednesday. Thursday might be a little sprinkly here and there, but the temperatures getting back into the 90s and finishing out the week strong at 98 with sunshiny skies. Winds throughout the week under 10 miles per hour, pretty much. It's going to be a great weekend. So look forward to that. Make some plans, and back to the desk. We'll see you on Monday.
I'm looking at those high 70s overnight. Huh? I'm liking those.
Yep. Thanks, John, for that big weather forecast.
Yeah, thank you.
More weather in the forecast,
I
more
know.
rain possible.
I hope so. We're wishing Mom a very happy 80th birthday, and that is my mom, Susan Cardarelli. There she is.
There she is, Susan.
Hanging
Happy
out
birthday
there.
this weekend. We're going to have the big party.
Yes, she is, and thanks to our teaching scholars for letting us have it there. And we just want to say a wonderful, wonderful 80th birthday. And, of course, Greg, happy recovery. He's gonna.
Oh, that's
he's,
right.
Doing well and recovering well. And so that's gonna wrap up this edition of News 25. We did a special happy birthday to a special 14-year-old Alexis Judd, and you can see that on our KPVM Facebook page.
That's right.
And thanks to her mom, Annie, for sending us those pictures.
All
right. We hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. I'm Deanna.
And I'm Stacy. Good night.
Good night.